Travis Wayne Goodsell. Well, it is the Jewish holy day of Simchat Torah. This has to do with the reading of the Torah, a finishing and a beginning of reading the Torah yet again for the next year. We just had the New Year, Jewish New Year, when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. We've had Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and now Simchat Torah. Doctrine and Covenants, section 95, verse 17. And let the higher part of the inner court be dedicated unto me for the school of mine apostles, saith son Ahman, or in other words Alphas, or in other words Omegas, even Jesus Christ your Lord. Amen. This is the Mormon God, Ahman. It comes from Isaiah, Emmanuel. You've probably heard Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the author and finisher of the faith, the cornerstone and capstone. This is all part and parcel of today's holiday. Technically, the Torah scrolls are supposed to be removed from the Ark of the Covenant, which means that they are removed from the temple position. There is no temple, but we are beginning a new year. As last night, the last of Deuteronomy was read, then the first of Genesis is read today. When 6 a.m. emerges, being the decipherer of Paleo-Hebrew, the God sign, which is considered Yod in Semitic, is the Z shape, corresponding to the god Zeus in Paleo-Greek, where Alphas and Omegas, Alpha and Omega, come from. The Aleph is the Wajidai for seer when it's doubled, and Omega is the Greek, because in Paleo-Greek they had extra ending letters. So in Greek, Omega is changed from the Egyptian Eye of Ra, or Ahman, into the horizon. And so Omega is understood as an ending and a beginning. And thus the purpose of the Holy Day today, as the alphabet begins all over again with the ending of the alphabet. In Paleo-Hebrew, there are different characters for the ending. Tau is the ending, which is a cross, which, yes, symbolizes death, as the Wajidai is the beginning of life with revelation. of a seer. And so the Yod, as it's understood in Semitic Hebrew, or Zeta in Greek, is the Paleo-Hebrew god Yah. It is also as Yah, rather than Zeta, the lunar god Yah, who is the founding god of the 18th dynasty, Yah Moses. And his David Moses dynasty, Tawut Moseh. And so during this time, in 2020, as we are in year 3333 from the Exodus, we are reliving the biblical story of Moses confronting Pharaoh. Just nobody knows that there is a Moses who is supposed to confront Pharaoh, as we have all the plagues, 3 days of darkness, the fire from heaven with all the signs in heaven of falling stars. And now we have a virus that has swept over the land, but nobody is staying home until it passes over. What is interesting about the spelling of Simchat, and I can't do the guttural K, is that as the Chet, which is in the word for Chem, who is Ham in our corrupted phonetic English, which is the name for Egypt, though Egypt is a feminine form, Chem being the masculine, so Kemet. And so those letters that are in the spelling of Kemet are in the word for Simchat. Drop the shin and switch the ch and the M, and you have Kemet for Egypt. What's also interesting is if you switch the first two letters, the shin or S, with the M, you get the three-letter word with Chem at the end for the Messiah. And so there's a switching in Nokeraton, I believe is what it's called. I don't think it's Tamara. Nokeraton, if I'm correct, is the switching of the letters to get the opposite meaning. So you have a double switch with this word. And it's supposed to be a reminder of Moses being the Messiah who frees the Israelites during the Exodus in Egypt. So That's something that you aren't going to find from other sources other than Jewish mysticism. Not finding it here. I need my other book unpacked. They don't list the 3 types. They do talk about tree of life, but it does connect to the Ashkenazi Jews who also celebrate this holy day as well. So that's what we're dealing with here. And let me remind you again that our president knew from the beginning of the seriousness of this virus and purposely, intentionally set out to murder as many Americans as he can to get us infected so that we will be compromised. Because once we're infected, and even when we're not, he got us because he's the leader. He compromised us. He put us in what's called kompromat in Russian. Because we now are in great need of the vaccine. As he's been stringing out, oh, we're going to have the vaccine real soon, when the health professionals are saying a normal process for the development of a new vaccine takes at least a couple of years, if they can figure it out. If they can't figure it out, they can continue to go on indefinitely without a vaccine, and people will end up suffering. As for this one, internal organs begin to fail over time, even if you think you've recovered. So this is devastating once you get it. And so Senator Lee, the betrayer of Mormonism, yeah, he may recover, but, and plus the drugs that people are given in the recovery process, there's always side effects that cause damage to your organs. I mean, you can watch it on the TV commercials for the drugs. May cause death, while in the background you're viewing a happy family life. And so we then are dependent on Trump for a vaccine. And once the vaccine does emerge, it takes time to replicate enough quantities for the public. So the more people who get it, the more vaccines are needed, because we didn't stay home and let it pass over in the beginning. That is crucial for any virus, to immediately shut everything down, send everybody home, to make sure that those who have it can't spread it, and that they are then the only ones who get treated. And then once they're taken care of, then we can reemerge from our homes and resume our normal activities. But nobody did that. No governor did that, not even Herbert. And thus Herbert is responsible for the murder of Utahns. Purposely and neglectfully responsible for the murder of Utahns. And as we are now in the red, he's still refusing to put certain places back into orange. We're in red, Herbert. And people are wondering, are you going to turn us back into orange? If we're red, why are we just going to orange? We first shut down when we were in yellow. We were supposed to shut down in green to prevent the yellowing, prevent the oranging, and prevent the redding. But now we're in red. We've been red for over a month. Purposely, intentionally sent your kids to school. And with Herbert, it's different. He's not running for re-election. This is it for him. He's murdering us and fleeing. And then Nelson, Russell M. Nelson, CEO and medical doctor of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He knew the seriousness of this as a medical doctor. And yet he too compromised Mormons, not shutting down. He's supposed to be in the office of Moses, as he claims. And he didn't follow the example of Moses with this virus of the last days, as he still insists that the second coming is still in the future, that we still need to gather more Mormons to continue to pay tithing to the church, that they can then take 10% and invest it in Ensign Peak Associates to continue to get multi-billions of dollars added with just interest alone. $7 billion, I believe, per year now in just interest. They no longer need tithing, and yet they keep demanding tithing with the early opening of churches, temples, missionary work. He purposely is murdering Mormons to get gain. We know him by their fruits. All of them. We know them by their fruits. They're murderers. That's their fruit. And people are letting them have a pass, not holding them accountable. In the Bible story, Pharaoh is held accountable. He loses the dynasty. The death of the firstborn, that's what it meant. So for the latter days, the end of the dynasty is a complete and utter collapse of the government. Complete and utter collapse of the religion. Because Pharaoh was both government and religious leader, a theocracy. And Moses replaced him, started a whole new dynasty. The old dying off, the new starting up, just like today's day, holy day for the Jews. The end of the reading, the beginning of another revision reading. And so the second lawsuit against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is for treason, using a virus as a weapon of mass destruction to commit genocidal murder, among other things. As Joseph knew that the Book of Mormon gave us the date of when the second attack on America would occur, or the next attack on America would occur. The Book of Mormon was the warning to prepare for this attack that we are now going through. It gave us the date of when to look forward to it. Joseph Smith in the Doctrine and Covenants then gave us the date when the year the virus would emerge, and told us that it was going to be a virus. Section 4531 for the type of weapon to be used, and Section 103.16 for when. Joseph Smith Sr. gave his life to save America. Rescued William Morgan so that his life would be saved. Took over the publication of William Morgan's books. And it was Joseph Smith Sr.'s hope that the Book of Mormon would therefore save America once again, as he had saved it in 1826. And nobody knows unless you were listening to my videos. It is one of the greatest secrets in American history that Joseph Smith saved America from a coup d'etat and put in the date of when that enemy would reemerge to attack America, hoping to stop it. And so, thus, the lawsuit uses the Book of Mormon against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who are the Illuminati threat to America from the religious end. With the symbols of the Illuminati at Temple Square. So the question is, what will happen? Will there be an Exodus as recorded in the Torah in the first year of the new year, first month of the new year? The end of the first month is Sunday the 18th at 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. starts the second month. So, if an Exodus is to occur, we're 1 week away. As all of the necessary beginning holy days have already occurred. 1 more week. So, on the anniversary, which, wasn't it 1777? Or am I getting that wrong? I'm getting that wrong. Let me get the anniversary year. October the 13th. September. 710th. Wow. Huh. So, wow. And that's not, yeah, 11, okay, it's not, that's 2017 when it was 710, so it's 713. Because I'm seeing established on this day in 1128 by Pope Honorius II. He was the betrayer. So I'm getting 892. Wait a minute. Something. Is that right? Yeah, 892. Why are you saying 710th anniversary? Let's get the Wikipedia. Okay, now somebody's saying they were recognized in 1139, so yeah. No, that other date was wrong. It was order until 1312, when it was perpetually suppressed by Pope Clement V by the bull Vox in Excessio. Okay, so 1312 is the order. October 13th, 1312. I'm just checking the numbers, as they love to play the numbers games. 708. Why are you saying 712 or 710? People not getting their math right, or am I not getting my math right? No, my math is right. If 1312 was the date, let's decline, arrest, 1305. Avignon, France. That's where the, yep. The kings of France were the ones who believed they were descended from Jesus Christ lineage. 1307. At dawn on Friday the 13th of October, 1307. So, yeah. God, why can't people just give me the correct answer I'm looking for, rather than having me guess and fool around? So, yes, 713 for this year, which is quite interesting. Autumn Novum Decum. Because technically it's, let's see, Septem, Octum, Novum Decum. Because Decem is 10, Novum 9, Octum 8, Septem is 7. So this is the 8th month, technically. 13th day. So September 13th. Interesting. But 7 is the Tet, and 13th is the Ket. Sorry. Or no, Tet. Hold on a second. Let's go to... See, the Jewish mystics do the numbers game, gematria. So that's why I'm doing a little numbers thing in the background here, if you're wondering what I'm doing. So yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Zion, which is the Zeta, which is the Z, which is the Yod, technically, is for Yah, and Mem. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. It would take too much time to go into a full explanation of it for you, so I'm not going to do it. So 7 is a good luck number unless you're Babylonian. Then all of a sudden 7 becomes a superstitious day of doom, and so they purposely created a holy day, a day of rest, where the 7th day of their 7-day week calendar was a holy day, where you take the day off. You do not do any work on that day. And so, yes, the Jews, having been taken captive in the Babylon, then adopted that holiday of the Babylonians as they became Semiticized. They became Semites rather than Hamidos. So, yes, 2 bad luck numbers for Babylon. The 1 being 7 and the 13 having to do with the Knights Templar, which the Knights Templar are supposed to protect the secret of the latter-day Messiah, who is immortal, to be the king, just like the kings of France. So yes, he is a literal descendant of the kings of France. To add more to that information for you as to who to look for. As if you're unfamiliar, the Smiths, coming from the Knights Templars of the Yorkites, designated in section 103:16 that a Mormon is to be the man, the Christ. And if you're saying, oh, that's blasphemy, Travis, there's only one Christ. Yeah, well, who was King David? He was anointed. He was Pharaoh. He was Melchizedek, who were all the kings. That's the title of kings is Christ, because they're anointed. And so to say that there is only one and only one Christ, well, yeah, in the sense of a mortal man in the last days, sure. But if you're going to claim some fictional character, no, he was real. no, he wasn't. He's going to, so, you just look at Matthew. Matthew can't even get the story straight. So, all right, I'm going to end it. I didn't want to go this long. But I just wanted to let you guys know that the church will find out that they got served on the 13th, the anniversary of the Knights Templar being attacked on Friday the 13th of October.